Hello everybody, today it is another day and this time I am back with a slightly different video and it's going to be making a tier list ranking the current Chelsea players from worst to best. So here it is on the screen right now. The way I'm doing it, the top is a must keep player, then the second level down is keep, the second level down before that is 50-50, so I might not be sure, then it's loan, and then it is a must sell. So we're going to get straight into it, starting off with Tammy Abraham. Chelsea's current number 9 striker, came through last season. He was on loan at Aston Villa, and I'm not sure about this one. I'm definitely going to put him in the higher end of the table because I don't want him to be one of those players that, like before, Chelsea had Mo Salah, De Bruyne and Lukaku. We sold all those, and now, well, if we kept those, Chelsea would have a much better squad. So I think Tammy Abraham is definitely a player we should keep. So I'm going to think, even though he's not in the best form ever, I mean, he's still scoring insane goals, and he is injured right now, but I'm going to put him in a must-keep level. Next, we have Chelsea's current number 1 goalkeeper, Kepa Arrizabalaga. I think he is a great goalkeeper. I think he's still, he's a Spanish number 1 ahead of David De Gea, so that's saying something. He's a good shot stopper. He can play it out. That's a bit risky when he does play it out sometimes to the opposition. But other than that, yeah, he saved a penalty against Valencia the other day in the Champions League, which was a very important save. If he didn't, Chelsea would probably be out of the Champions League. So I rate him very highly, although I think if we could get a different goalkeeper, we would, maybe, if he was a very good one. So I'm going to put him in the keep level, almost a must keep, but not quite, because he's not like the best keeper Chelsea have ever had. Next, we have N'Golo Kante. He is definitely one of the best midfielders in the world. He's been linked with Real Madrid and PSG recently. He has declined both of them. He's in some good form. He keeps scoring goals as well. So I think the French midfielder is a must-keep player for Chelsea. He's one of our most experienced, and yeah, he's pretty all-round amazing. Next, we have Antonio Rudiger and Ross Barkley, both of which they're not getting the game time they probably want. Some think they would deserve. So I'm going to actually put them in the loan level. That's not because they're the worst players at this club. I think at the position the club are in at the moment, Chelsea, they're putting the young players through. Players like Tomori, Zuma, Christensen are going to play over Rudiger, and players like Mount, Kante, Jorginho, and there's loads more, they're probably going to play over Barkley. So I think a season loan to another club for both of those players would do them good. Next, we have Chelsea Spanish winger Pedro. Now, this was a very hard one for me because, well, he's a great player and he's been linked with Barcelona. He used to play for them. He's amazing, but we already have wingers such as Willian, Pulisic, Hudson-Odoi linked with Jadon Sancho to come to Chelsea. So I don't think he's going to be getting that game time. So it's really hard, but I put him in the sell column. The sell column isn't necessarily the one I think, well, he's definitely the worst player at this club. That's not me rating him way below Tammy Abraham, who's in the must-keep column. That's me saying I think he should probably go, just because he's not going to be getting the game time he deserves, as he is a great player. I think he'd do better at a different club. Next, we have Chelsea players Emerson and Callum Hudson-Odoi. Callum Hudson-Odoi right now, I don't know if he's still a teenager, a massive young England talent, which is great for England, and recently did get a 5-year contract with Chelsea. We thought he was going to be the new Hazard. People were wondering why he didn't get that number 10. Well, Willian did, but recently he's just not been getting that game time. He's been linked with Real Madrid, and like I already said about Chelsea on wingers, I'm not sure about him. I'd love for Chelsea to keep him and maybe to get more game time. Obviously, he's, I think, out injured at the moment as well, so I'm going to put him in the keep column. Moving on to Emerson, I'm not too sure about him because he's a Chelsea right wing back. I think he plays in defence. We probably don't exactly need him, but I'm not too sure. It'd be good to keep him, but he could go out on loan as well, so I'm going to put him in the 50-50 column. Next, we have Chelsea American wonderboy Christian Pulisic. I think he's been on an insane form at the moment. He is a great Chelsea player. It took a while for Frank to give him his game time, but now he has done that. He is a first-team starter for Chelsea almost every game, so I'm going to put him in that must-keep column. The things he does with the ball are insane. The goals, the chances he's created is very, very good for such a young player. I think he's going to be important for Chelsea in the future. Next, we have Willy Caballero, Chelsea goalkeeper, and Olivier Giroud, Chelsea striker, who at the moment, the French striker, he is a quality player, but he is never seeming to get any game time. With links of Chelsea, with links of striker Timo Werner going to Chelsea potentially, and we already have Tammy Abraham and Michy Batshuayi. I put him straight down in that sell column, not because he's a bad player, because he's a good player and he'd be better at another club. He's been linked with West Ham, which I'm not sure about, but maybe a team like that would go better with him. Next, Willy Caballero, the Chelsea goalkeeper. He's a great goalkeeper, but I mean, I'm not sure, maybe a loan. He's getting old, so he may as well stay at Chelsea, but he's not great, so I'm going to put him in the 50-50 column. Next, we have big man captain Cesar Azpilicueta, who I think is definitely one of the best Premier League right backs, maybe of all time. That's quite a statement, but I'm not too sure about that one. He's a great player. I've met the guy, but no, he's good. But we already have players like Reece James, and definitely players that will probably play over him. He's maybe getting to the end of his career at Chelsea. I'm not sure. So again, I'm putting him in the 50-50 column. Next, we have Mason Mount, Chelsea another young England midfielder for Chelsea. Mason Mount, he's a great player. I mean, he scored goals, but he's not quite on the level for me as Christian Pulisic in the must-keep column. So I'm going to put him in the keep one. Next, we've got Chelsea, England, right back. It is Reece James. I think he's been insane recently. I wasn't too sure about him at the beginning of the season because I hadn't really seen much of him at all. But now when he does come on, he's a really attacking, defensive player. I think he's great. Overall, I think he's another player Chelsea will be so good with in the future. So he is right at the top in the must-keep column for me. Next, we have Batman Michy Batshuayi, the Belgian striker for Chelsea, who always makes such a big impact when he does go on. Although I'm not too sure about him because Tammy Abraham's obviously the first team. He can be a good super sub, but with also rumours about Chelsea signing new strikers, I'm not sure how good he'll stay at the club. I think he's a great player, so I'm going to put him in the 50-50 column. I'm just not too sure about that one. Next, in as you can tell, a fresh new angle, it's going to be our final player. We are missing out a couple that you might realise, such as Kurt Zouma, maybe Fikayo Tomori. That's because I don't think they need to be talked about on this table. We're going to our final one, which is Ruben Loftus-Cheek, the English Chelsea young midfielder. He's a great player, obviously, but right now he's just not getting the game time he needs. Obviously, he's out on injury, but when he comes on, I don't see the huge impact maybe other Chelsea players do, and that's going to bring a lot of pressure on him. So I think he should be another player out on loan. He's in the loan column because I think he needs a break from Chelsea at another club, come back and then be competing for first team again. So yeah, that is it, the end of the video. I have ranked most of the main Chelsea players in the squad at the moment from what I think Chelsea should do with them. And yeah, thank you very much for watching this ranking video. If this gets to 15 likes, see if we can push it to that, I'll do another one, maybe on Premier League players or another club. So other than that, thank you very much for watching. That is it from me. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, I'm out. Bye-bye.